Okay, here's a short little video just for fun, but still probably something that's going to get people annoyed and draw lots of comments. Probably not very good ones either. Nothing like my opinion to make you want to exert yours, right? So, out of all the Glocks I own, which one is my favorite? What is my favorite Glock? And I'll tell you, I have less than 100, but more than a dozen. So I have a number of Glocks to choose from, or, to use proper English, from which to choose. So you might think that my favorite Glock would be this one, the Glock 43. After all, I just named it my #1 concealed carry gun, right? Well, utility and practicality doesn't always equate to favorite, and this is not my favorite Glock. Then you might say, okay, then how about that really pretty one that I saw, the Glock 19 Gen 4. This was something I picked up from Copper Customs. Cost me dearly. I paid over $1,000 for this gun, so you would think maybe this would be my favorite Glock. And it is, it's awful close. It is a contender. I do enjoy this gun a whole lot, but it's not my favorite. Ah, you say, okay, we're on to you now. You're just going to go straight to the Gen 5, aren't you? You're going to go to the Glock 17 Gen 5 and say that is now your favorite Glock. And you are absolutely wrong. This is a really nice gun. I like it a lot. I think the Gen 5 has a lot to offer, but it's not my favorite Glock. So, oh, that's right, Justin. I forgot. You are still a little bit competition oriented. You still do get out and shoot the occasional IDPA match when the weather's just right and it suits your fancy. So perhaps it's the Glock 34. Glock 34 Gen 4 right here. Well, this is one of the oldest Glocks that I own. As far as how many rounds I've put through it and how long I've had it. But it's still not my favorite, even though I do love it. Nope, not my favorite. Aha! It's all about the slugfest stuff, right? So we're going to talk about something like maybe the Glock 30S. We just saw that too in a recent video. We know it's one of your favorite guns, or at least one of the ones you recommend. So what about this? I mean, after all, we got those Ameriglow aftermarket sights on it. Got the Talon grip. Got the extended baseplate magazine, all the cool stuff, and this is a really awesome Glock. But it's not my favorite. Okay, what about maybe the ultimate behemoth? So we're just going to go bigger is better, and if you're going to go bigger is better, and you're talking about Glocks, well, that can only be one. That will be the Glock 40. Yes, sir, the 10mm Glock 40 in all its glory, with its ginormous everything, and an optic to boot. That would make a darn good favorite Glock. And I'll tell you what, all things being equal, this could be a contender for my favorite Glock if you just talk about how rewarding and fun it is to shoot. But this is not quite my favorite. Okay, so what is my favorite Glock? Out of all the Glocks I have, which one do I like the best? That would be, drum roll, this one. So we were so close with the 34. My favorite Glock is the 35. 35 Gen 4 to be specific, with a granulate Talon grip. And it's a relatively old design Talon grip, so this grip's been on there quite a while. This is my favorite Glock. It also has Ameriglow aftermarket sights. It is set up for competition. It has a blacked out rear and this great yellow front. It is the one Glock that I have actually done trigger work on. So this one has a very light and crisp trigger. Pulls at about 4 pounds. Short reset. So this is a gun that's a whole lot of fun. And yeah, it's in 40 Smith & Wesson. You say, well, 40 Smith & Wesson, isn't that like the dinosaur caliber? Well, let me tell you a little secret. If you hand load and you load 40 Smith & Wesson soft, and you get that big 180 grain bullet, you can make power factor with what sometimes feels like powder puff type loads. I can shoot this gun and have less recoil than a 9mm, even my hand load 9mm, because of the size of the bullet. So, especially if you put a fairly beefy recoil spring in it. So the big secret that I'm letting out of the bag here is the Glock 35 loaded with fairly soft hand loads is nothing but fun. It is absolutely a blast. So my favorite Glock, at least for now, the Glock 35. Disagree? Of course you do. It's my favorite. I didn't say it was your favorite. Tell me what your favorite is.
Yeah.